So I listen all day to all these, how difficult it is to travel in space and how horrible it is, etc. But I think there's one thing I didn't hear about the horrors of space. This problem of the eyesight. Somebody wants to comment on that? That you would irreversible damage to your eyes in zero gravity.
Well, we are medical doctor.
You stayed long enough to.
Well, okay, so we noticed since about 10 years, 12 years maybe, that some of the astronauts who came back in the International Space Station spent half a year there. They had a visual impairment. And so the eyesight was not as sharp as it was when they went up. For some of them, it kind of came back normal again, but for some, it became permanent. This has been investigated. It seems that you get some damage on your retina, but which is kind of, and we don't really understand why. It's one of the hypotheses has been that due to this fluid shift, which you've heard a lot of, you get a higher pressure inside your cranium in your head, which pushes from the backside on your eye globe. And if that's for a long time, maybe your retina, your eye globe gets deformed and doesn't come back. So that could be one reason. But then there's some arguments why it doesn't really make sense, and people have been also speculating that on the ISS, we actually have more or less the same atmosphere as we have here on the sea level now. However, we have almost factor 10, I would say, higher carbon dioxide level. You barely notice it there, but and the reason is that it costs a lot of energy to clean the air, to take the carbon dioxide out of the air, which us humans produce up there. So you kind of say, okay, it's probably good enough, it's factor 10 high. But that can also be some reason. And I guess the medical doctor can, do you want to comment on that?
Basically, you have already covered quite a lot.
Okay.
The visual impairment and the eyeball becomes a flattening. It's a round eyeball becomes a little bit flatter. And then, as you mentioned, somebody have that problem, but not everybody. No. And then the fluid shift and also the arid you folks use. I have never been to ISS. I have never used the arid. It's just a resistant exercise machine. Maybe it's augmented, some kind of fluid shift, has some pressure increase of your brain. Maybe it makes some eyeball fluttering or something like that. But it's the big issue that is under investigation.
Oh yeah, good. Because I'm really worried about this. You know, that it's sort of an obstacle that people will lose their eyesight on the moon and on Mars and like this after a while. But okay, so maybe it's a problem. Yeah, it happens even to me. I have plastic lenses already. So anyway, well, maybe we're worried about all these fantastic plans of what's going to happen. You know about they're going to be crewed, these commercial crew launches next year, and we're going to have some orbital space tourism and maybe space hotels, and a tourist going to fly around the moon, and going to have a lunar orbit platform gateway, that's what it's called nowadays, and maybe a village on the moon, and expedition to Mars. This all sounds wonderful, but what is not going to happen with all these things? Do you have any ideas? Which ideas these will fail?
Who would have done that?
I mean, the rules used to be optimistic, but throw in some pessimism, which is a stupid idea that shouldn't be done. I have an idea, though.
I don't know if it's a stupid idea, but I think, after being in the business, as you see, the picture when Sven was speaking, is that when you have been in the business for a long time, you are quite boring in that way that you know that it takes much longer time, mostly when you expect from the beginning. Because in the beginning, when you're so enthusiastic, you think it's so funny, and you would like to do it now, and then when you really have facing all the challenges that you have on the way, it takes longer time. So I think it's, I don't know if it's going to fail or not, but it will take longer time than expected.
Which one is the best candidate for taking a long time?
To really stay on March, for example, yes.
Okay. Anybody else will venture? I mean, this is a provocative question, but I was trying to be a bit, So, I mean, the one I'm focusing on as sounding a bit ridiculous is the lunar orbit platform gateway. I mean, it's just another ISS circling around the moon. And what can it do there? I mean, why don't you go straight to the moon? I mean, it sounds like just this ISS on steroids around the moon. So I mean, I don't see the point of it. Does anybody see the point of it? Research in the lunar orbit? What is that different from ISS? It's a completely stupid idea.
You want to comment on that? Well, that was roughly what I was thinking also. But it's a cheaper way to get at least close to the moon earlier. And then it has, I guess, a historical political background that which I kind of alluded to before, that the US was not allowed to think of going down to the lunar surface as long as Obama was there. But you can put something around the moon. So you can start to do things close to the moon before you have a lunar lander, which has not been developed.
To the 200 billion.
However, I think if we can learn to produce rocket propellants from the surface of the moon, then it makes sense. You can then actually use it as a kind of gas station for the rockets to then go between Mars and Earth.
Okay. I have something. Well, I think it's just a gateway. Which gateway means gate to the moon, also gate to the Mars. Because some people think directly go to the Mars rather than just going to the moon better. And then if you have some lunar orbit, some people who want to land on the moon surface, you can do it. And then some people just use the moon orbit as a depot, and then you can just directly, not directly, but through gateway to Mars. That's my understanding. And also landing technique, especially landing is okay, but the launch from the moon surface to come back to the orbit, to come back to Mars, requires a more difficult technology rather than just flying around the orbit. So Japan has a very precise technique to land on precise area on the moon, and actually burn the rocket to come back. But that technology is the one that you need to put the resource.
Okay.
I think.
Well, just I just read an article this last night where they interviewed Robert Zubrin, if you know this guy. He's the chairman of the Mars Society. Of course, he wants to go to Mars straight away. And said he was really against this lunar orbit platform gateway. Yeah. He says it's just an unnecessary step to Mars. Go straight for Mars. That was his advice. Anyway, I'm going to quote Mr. Zubrin again. You know, it will take a long time before we can establish a settlement on Mars that is self-sufficient. I mean, that's not easy. So to start with, you need to go in there and do research and exploration, etc. So, he used to say, Robert Zubrin, who was a big, pioneer in Mars planning. In 2004, he said something like this: "There is not a robot on this planet that you can send to the grocery store to pick up a bag of unbruised apples. If they can't do a trip to the grocery store, how can they explore a planet?" And it sounds really good. But I mean, that was 2004. Now we get all this stuff about artificial intelligence, or robots going to take over all the jobs. Unemployment will be rampant. Is it really true? Do we really need to send humans to Mars to do the science? Is that really necessary?
We're going to send humans to Mars because we want to have humans on Mars.
Yeah, but that's the whole... You're dodging the question.
Okay, so if you want to have a specific scientific question answered, it's probably cheaper to send a very specific instrument to do that. But that's not the purpose with human exploration of space.
We already have robots on Mars. They're going around there now. They don't look like those kind of robots, but they are robots going around there. And that's perfect for some exploration. But like Krista said, it's not just the most efficient way to explore something. That's not what human spaceflight is about for me. It's trying to expand into the solar system and live there. And of course we can send robots to live there, but what's the point of that? I want humans to live out in space too. That's perfect, and that's what we're doing with sending probes and things like that to remote places in the solar system and to really dangerous planets where we can't even land. That's perfect, but that's not enough. That's just the starting point for me.
Why isn't it enough to go to the moon? Why do we just have to do it especially to Mars?
I think if we're going to have a big presence in the solar system, except on Earth, I think we'll have to have a base on the moon. That would be really weird if we didn't. But I think so. We need to do both. But I think Mars is the next big thing, the really hard thing for humanity to do. It's not going to be easy to establish a base on the moon, but Mars is, like we said here today, is exponentially more is harder.
Okay, yeah. But I was just thinking that maybe it's the blue ribbon of robotics is to try to really explore Mars by a robot. And it's the most difficult task you can give it to a robot. Isn't that a worthy task for robotics? The only really worthy task for robotics is taking jobs from people. I'm trying to be the devil's advocate. You're too damn enthusiastic. That's why I take you down a peg, you guys.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah.
I think you talked about the money from the Swedish Space Agency and what we can do and not. And I would personally say we have a strategy ongoing now, a space strategy that we are writing for the agency. And all comments and everything is really welcome. So please let us know what you believe. But in general comment, I think you really like the enthusiasm that we have when you have for this, what we can see today and all what we can do and everything. I love that. But on the other hand, I think it's a lot of things that we can do with Earth, understand the climate, do certain things to really take care about the Earth. But maybe it's more important than going to Mars, if we have to choose.
I don't think so, because I think that those kind of things are obviously very important. But I think that the biggest risk for what we're doing in space is that space becomes boring, and it doesn't bring this kind of enthusiasm that we see. If we only focus on climate satellites and those very important things, I think support over time will decrease for spending money on space, both taxpayer money and company money. So we must do both, but I think we should lead with the human space flight, and then you'll get money for the other things as well.
Okay, you mentioned that astronaut is not mentioned in the space budget. Neither is Sweden's own Hubble Space Telescope, the Odin Center. So, which is the most successful space project ever undertaken in Sweden, not even mentioned. So, I mean, this is these are the ways things on. Don't get what you want. But anyway.
Although Odin is the past, astronauts is the future.
Huh?
Odin is the past. Talks a little bit of the present also, whereas astronauts is the future.
You could say that. That's true. But it's still working. And you're here on his space.
Exactly. That's why we're not here for. I'm not going back. But look at all these people.
Anyway, so now let's assume that all these wonderful things will happen. What should Europe? Let's start with Europe, because then Sweden, we take it from there. Because I mean, you could say that Ariane 6 is a stupid idea. We shouldn't put money in the Ariane program. But what Ariane does, it provides a European autonomy, independence. We're not dependent on the others. So So what should we do in human spaceflight then, in Europe, to preserve, to take a position of strength and also maintain our autonomy? I mean, that's, are they possibly combined? Any ideas?
I'm not against the Ariane 6 if they try to develop it with reusability instead. That's what I pushed when I was a member of Parliament, that Sweden should really push for this in ESA. But now they're not changing. I saw Jan Werner, the head of ESA, wrote a blog post that are, a little bit critical of previous decisions, but still looks like they're not going to change that decision. So, but I think the idea with a moon village is really good, and that could be something that the European countries take the lead on and try to gather support from companies in other countries to be the point man for a moon village. That's perfect, I think. And I think the idea of a village like there is really good. You bring your part, you build your house, and you open your shop or whatever.
So what's going to happen beyond the ISS with ESA? What are the plans for Europe's participation in human spaceflight? Kristen, maybe you know.
No, Anna would probably know better, but my guess is that if US decides that they want to continue with the space station and Russia says okay, then I think Japan and ESA would just follow along. It would be look so crazy that we have invested here, we have a little part of it, but we were going to say, okay, no, we're not going to take care of our part. We give it to you, basically. I don't know what
No, I don't know what the stage it is. I think the discussion will come up when we come a little bit closer to this deadline, which is 2024 or 2026.
Yeah, 2024 right now.
Yeah. So when we become closer there, I think there will be a lot of discussions on how to continue that. And they also have difficulties that they would say that we will close it down. But also, as far as I understand, you much know that much better than me, that it's becoming quite old onto this station. Is it good enough? Yeah. So I think that's the ISS is a good station to train and do a lot of good things, I believe. But and there are a lot of several projects towards the moon, as you're saying, within ESA. And for sure we will need to have some competence there, but especially what, I don't know that actually. What I think is difficult is there are a lot of different very good ideas what you should do. I think we should be able to launch satellites from the north of Sweden, and we're working to really get the law in place. It's quite hard with the government, what we're trying to do that. And there's a lot of other different things that, and I didn't like what you say, that if we work with the climate on Earth, that would be boring. I mean, we have to have that as a challenge, because that's also difficult. Because everyone knows that they say that's never possible, and then it's a challenge. And I think we can have different kind of challenges for different kind of topics within space, and I think that's important to keep that. Maybe that's not a good answer, Sven, but it's important.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, we're touching on Sweden, we should do something. Well, it's not easy, because there's a limited budget, but we shift from one program to the other. And of course, Ariane is the obvious thing to go for, but on the other hand, Sweden has supported European independence in space for a long time. It's been a major theme. As an EU member, it's not easy to be. And also, I think we should argue for, there's been this, in America, you have America first, buy American. So American companies and government agencies always buy American rockets. Companies may buy other rockets, but it's unusual. But in Europe, this is not the general rule. I mean, and we've been criticizing Sweden for buying Chinese rockets and Russian rockets. So, but in America, NASA never. Well, they have only one exception: the James Webb Space Telescope, which we go on Ariane 5. But otherwise, so this is a way of supporting.
Well, actually, for about 18 years, they used Russian rockets to send their astronauts to the International Space Station.
Yeah, but because they abandoned their own spacecraft, so this is they have been forced to do this. But this is on the way. Yeah, okay. What, I mean, I was thinking about this. The long-term goals for human spaceflight and exploration, it's clear that we have a few enthusiasts here who want to make a settlement on Mars. And I was thinking, has anybody given a thought on how we transition from a base on Mars which is not self-sustaining, and how do you go to a self-sufficient stage? Has anybody given a thought to that? Where is the turning point? How do you bring that about? Any ideas on that? Because that must be the long-term solution to the problem. You know?
Well, that's human ingenuity. That's the kind of things we are going to solve when we start a project like this. I think when we really try to do something, we can achieve such enormously great things. Humanity can really do that, and that would going to Mars would really push the human race as a whole forward. We will solve a lot of problems that we can use on Earth, and that we could use just to push our race forward. But Robert Zubrin and a ton of other people have thought a lot about that. One of the volunteers in Warp, she is doing a PhD in how we're going to live on Mars, and make the transition. So there's a ton of people thinking about that. I think you know that much better than I do.
Yeah, there's no obvious thing you can sell to each other when you go to Mars. You have to make up everything, and you have to have a sort of minimum size in society to make it work, to create an economy. And while you get there, you have to support it all from Earth, and who's going to do it?
I'm sure you have all the questions figured out from the beginning, then we'll never go.
No,
but that's Mathias says, that's the challenge, and we will find it. By the way, would you allow me a question?
Sure.
Well, Anna. You were asked, waiting for this question. That was what you would ask. So, we had a great plan for Mathias here on what we should do in human space flights in Sweden. Do you have a chance to maybe do some work towards that? What's your comment?
I know that I'm going to get that question, but actually I don't have a good answer. Because right now we are doing this strategy, and we are really wanted to hear from everyone what they believe. I think this is enthusiastic with this, but on the other hand, I think it's so much money and so much things that we would like to do. And unfortunately, actually right now, the budget is really, really limited, and that's really boring, but that's the case. So let's see. So first of all, for being able to support something like that, we need to have some more funding. Yeah, that's for sure. And also, even though we would say that, okay, skip Ariane 6, that's not a short-term solution, that's still a long-term solution, because it's a lot of obligations we have for many years. So I see this, whatever we do, as a big, big boat that we slowly change it, maybe a little bit orientation in the way. And let's listen to all the Swedish stakeholders, what they would like to do. And also, then we are going to deliver a space strategy at the end of this year. And then we can discuss what's in it.
Could you at least promise one thing? That dual astronaut appears in that strategy?
I can't promise that.
Not even that.
No, but it's open. It's open. I can promise you that I haven't assured anything to anyone. I will not do that until the strategy is ready.
One important part of the space policy is equality between men and women, and we had one man in space, so we must say.
That's a good one. Well, I mean, at least I know that you have taken up your duties very well and you gave all the correct answers. Anyway, the reason I put this about getting a self-sustaining settlement problem is a tainted word on Mars is that somebody had to pay for it in the meantime, and until they get self-sufficient. I mean, we can't rely on Elon Musk to pay all my 7 Teslas, so it has to be come from someone. And who's that?
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. He said, does he have enough money to fund?
Right. Stock market doesn't crash.
So, I don't know. And it's also, can we really rely upon the future of mankind to be dependent on individual billionaires?
Well, I mean, if you really think it's a question of the future of mankind, then it's very strange that we don't have enough government politicians to kind of say, well, we need to put the money into this. Right? So you don't think it's necessary for humankind, and then you can understand why the politician doesn't put enough money. But then there are currently some billionaires who think it is a risk that we need to do it, and they are kind of moving forward to kind of towards that. And I think I hope that enough governments see that this is something important, and we should do it. And there's many good reasons, and Mathias really shown many of the good reasons for doing it. And don't put all the problems there in advance, and that's a very well-known way to never even start going. Right?
I really agree about that, because if you see all the problems, you can never do anything. So you can just sit in the chair. So I agree about that. And I also think it's very positive that we have this competition now between Bezos and also Elon Musk and also the government, and now suddenly Elon says, yes, we will also be involved with this. And that's good, because it really gets a lot of engagement, and I think that's really positive.
My last question is, why are there no European billionaires putting money into space?
Well, that's a good question.
There are not enough.
Maybe they're not enough rich, maybe.
Well,
I don't know, they're too boring, I don't know.
why does IKEA put a base on Mars?
Japanese do.
There you solve your problem, you just do that. Screw things together. It's almost easy.
I mean, because the chairman, I think it was Airbus, asked this at the talk in Bremen after that. He stood up and said, why are there no European billionaires putting money into space? I think it's a good question, actually. And it's a tradition of this style of society. But it's, so, I mean, if you guys have $1 billion to spend when you get a bit older, you're not spending on space. That's my recommendation. Anyway. I think, are we running out of time now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, don't take all these provocative questions that have been negative to human space. I think it's great. But somebody has to ask these nasty questions. I thank you for bearing with me. Give them a big hand.